Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. That saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my...
Okay, I don't know when I'm going to upload this. I'm having some internet issues. Currently, I am painting the inside of a small house. I haven't done. I had a professional come in. Guy does really good work, and but I only had him for 3 days. So he got all the preliminary stuff done, the bigger pieces, and he went as far as he could, and the rest I got to finish. It's basically the trim, the cabinets, the getting down the floor and doing the floorboards and all that stuff. And I'm not a painter. But when you're down on your hands and knees sniffing someone's old carpet and you know, doing this kind of stuff, you get a chance to reflect. But I remember when I was a kid, this had to be, I might have been like 10 years old. I was with my grandfather. Well, my grandfather was a real character. And I think we were going to Oakland or San Francisco, something like that. We're in the car. I remember, I'm pretty sure it was just me and him. But anyhow, we're going out 152. Okay, you go through a little town called Paso Robles. I like it out there. Open farmland, this kind of thing. But you head to the foothills. You get to the foothills, you get to I-5, Interstate 5. And that will take you up, you know, it's Northern Cal. You're going to Northern California. So the west side for us, but then you take I-5. I think it's 580 or 780 you get into to drop into Oakland. And it's just the way you go there from here. But we're going down this 152, which is a 2-lane road. And we're getting on I-5, and right sitting on the side of the road, that's this on-ramp, there's a guy sitting back on the side of the road with his thumb out. Back then, it's a hobo. You know, it was a hobo. You know, now everyone's homeless or whatever the case. But this is a hobo. Guy's got a little sign, might have said Oregon or something, like he's heading north, you know. And had his thumb out, just sitting there, no big deal. And just looking for a ride. Had a pack and some stuff with him. And I remember my grandfather looking at me, he says, you know what? My grandfather had a lot of stuff, business and all this. He says, you know, sometimes I think those guys have it all figured out. And at the time, like I said, I might have been 10 years old. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm thinking, this guy's on the side of the road walking up I-5. How good could this be? Years later, I figure out what my grandfather's talking about. And then I remembered when I was a kid, when I was younger, the way we got into this house in the early 70s. And but we weren't, I don't know if it was the right school just we had to go someplace really far. We couldn't get a bus to school, so our parents had to take us to school. Then they had to pick us up. Then we worked on the other side of town, so our parents had to do a lot of driving for me and my sister. We weren't driving yet. And my dad had always said, he goes, man, as soon as they're old enough to drive, we got to get them cars or something, because this ain't cutting it. You know, constantly having to go pick us up or whatever the case was. And so when I think I was like 15, a little over 15 years old, my dad says, okay, we gotta find him 4 wheels. I ended up getting a nice little Jeep, 1972 CJ5. It was really cool. Great first car. Broke down all the time. The other thing left me on the side of the road so many times, but I learned how to fix a few things. But anyhow, my dad we go down and get the driver's permit for practicing. You got to drive with your parent or an adult or another licensed driver. And my dad says, okay, let's hit this hard, man. You got to get this, you got to know how to drive. So we get it, a lot of practice, a lot of driving, this and that. It comes time to go to the school, the driving school, which we didn't take at our school. We had to take it at some private outfit. And I'd done a little bit of driving with my dad. I knew what I was doing. But my dad says, you got to go tomorrow night at 7 o'clock to driver's school. Okay, but so when are we going? He goes, we're not going. You're driving yourself there. I said, I can't do that. I'll get in trouble. He said, park down the street and don't get caught. I'm like, well, what the hell? And, back then, I didn't have insurance, or this is like the 1983 or 82. I mean, it wasn't anything like everything is now. But that was it. I just, hey, man, I ain't got time to do this. I'm working nights, this and that. You got to drive yourself to driver's school, take the class, walk out of there like you got your parents out front, go down the block, get your car, and come home. And don't do anything stupid. So my sister had to do the same thing. And so I ended up getting my driver's license, no big deal. But I remember when I got my car, got the little Jeep, and all I ever had to carry with me was a key to my house, the front door, and a key to the car, key to the Jeep. That was it at that age. That's all the keys you had. That's all. You didn't need a key for anything else. And I always thought this was kind of lame. You only got 2 keys. These grown men over here with all this responsibility, they got a key ring with 25 keys on it and all this kind of stuff. And but it was just 2 keys. You had your car key and your front door key. That's all you needed. So I'm thinking of this today, and things change. You get older, you buy stuff, mortgages. You got this, you got that thing, the other thing, whatever. And as you get older, you start picking up keys. Key to this house, key to that car, key to the office, key to the thing, this, that, and all this other stuff. And I carry, this is as basic as I get. This is my minimum. Jeez Louise. This is my minimum keys right here. And to me, this one here is a freezer key for my freezer out front. I got all the meat in it. This is my keys. I got 2 more keychains like this that are probably half again as full in the truck for all the stuff. Just for, you got to go to this, you got to open this thing up. This will get you into that thing or whatever the case is. And I start to realize, you have all these keys. Each key has a story. This key cost you this. I think this key here, this is my truck key. When I used to make payments, this key was $300 a month or something like that. And you start seeing all the liability and stuff that goes along with it. I mean, I got a key out in the truck that's cost me well over $200,000. Okay, I'm still paying on that son of a gun. And I started to see what these keys represent. One represents this mortgage, one represents that mortgage, one is this payment, one is that payment. And I'm like, damn, I got a lot of keys. And each key has a issue with it, And so I was thinking about my grandfather said about how the hobo might have it all figured out and all this kind of thing. And the just so damn many keys. And I figured out too. I said, man, I got to get rid of some of these keys. I got to cut some stuff loose. Then I thought again about being a kid with a Jeep and only having the 2 keys. What would it be like again to have just the car key and the front door key, and all the responsibility that's attached to those 2 keys? Your shelter, your transportation, but not all that other crap that you pay through the. I'm speaking for myself. You folks do whatever you want, but I'm just realizing all these damn keys. Each one's a payment, an insurance thing. So a phone call that I get, and I got to go to, I'm looking at these keys, and these are the keys to my chains. And man, I got a ton of chains. I am locked up. And I had the realization today is I got to get myself unlocked. I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of a whole bunch of these keys. Because this is nuts. I don't even want to think what I paid for this stuff. But I'm just rambling on, but I think I sniffed too much paint this morning or whatever the case is. But I just remember my grandfather saying how the hobos might have had it all figured out, and how much easier life was when I just had 2 keys. I gotta get rid of these keys. Anyhow, love you.